Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome to One Last Hand. Welcome back to the great city of Dinlux in Kinfire Chronicles Nightfall, Ep.7. Last time out, we managed to make the trek from Vinna after building the lighthouse, setting the lighthouse alight and saving the town, meaning that hopefully Dinlux should have enough food to see it through. And now we have 4 town actions that we can take in Dinlux. However, we also received these level up cards that we've got here. We're going to listen to these through Foreteller and dive into whatever Foreteller has to tell us. So let's just put these up here and we'll find out what we can.
The image is blurry at first. There is a figure. They speak, but Core cannot yet understand.
Is someone there?
A man comes into focus. An old elf, tall and thin with narrow eyes and finely tailored clothes. He circles Core, looking them up and down.
Magnificent! Just as I pictured. Even better, in fact.
Core looks the man up and down as well.
I am Core. And who might you be?
The man ignores Core.
Perhaps a bit too broad in the shoulders. They will take some getting used to. But the height is right. And the materials are splendid. Just splendid.
Are you speaking of my shell?
Finally, the man looks Core in the eyes.
What exactly do you remember? Of your life, that is.
Core thinks for a moment.
Nothing, I'm afraid.
The man nods.
As expected. That's why I'm here, too.
Well, that's not entirely true. I do remember something. Well, it's not a thing, really. More of a feeling. A softness. A warmth. Something, I think, akin to love.
The man furrows his brow.
Listen, I haven't much time. The next time I appear to you, you must concentrate. More listening, less speaking. Do you understand?
Okay. So a little bit of backstory there for Core. I guess we will find out what's happening here. It says at the bottom here, add the cards in this level up pack to your unused cards. Obviously, bear in mind we can rebuild our deck based on a couple of things. How much Kinfire we have these little tokens here. Each card will have a cost at the bottom. So you can see if I show you this one, the Roar of Challenge. This is with a vibrating metallic roar. All attention on the battlefield is drawn to Core, their eyes glowing red with power. Gain an armor. All enemies focus on you. As a free action, perform another action after this one. And you can see down here there's a little Kinfire symbol. It will cost us 1 to put this into our deck. So that's the first card that we could potentially put in. Then we have the Painless Defeat. Sorry, I didn't show you this. This gives us, as a boost for our comrades, 3 block if we were to add it to our deck. And then Painless Defeat, Core pulling forth their memory of the darkness between places, channels silence and peace into their enemy, finishing them off painlessly. Holy moly. So it's 1 damage. It attacks everybody in a square. This attack's damage cannot be increased. If this attack defeats an enemy, Core gains 2 Kinfires or fire tokens. So pretty nice. Okay, so that's that. Let's jump over to old Roland, shall we, and find out what Roland's got to say for himself.
The voice of a woman echoes from the dark.
You've come such a long way, young Roland.
The voice is familiar, but it's not one Roland can place. Who are you?
You were just a small child when I last saw you. Your head always planted in a book. No interest in the war at all. From birth, you had a true scholar's heart.
Though afraid, Roland speaks out.
Knowledge is the sharpest sword of all.
The voice laughs.
We'll need more than Scholar's Circle Maximus for the battle ahead, Roland.
Who are you? What battle do you speak of?
You and these newfound comrades of yours are at the beginning of your journey. Many trials lay before you. You'll need to harness every ounce of strength within you in order to prevail.
Prevail against what? The darkness?
The voice laughs again.
The darkness is neither friend nor foe, Roland. The darkness simply is.
A blurry vision appears before him, but the more he tries to focus on it, the further away it seems to get. He reaches out, but touches only air.
You must seek, young Roland, the power within. The power in your very blood.
The vision fades, leaving Roland alone, calling out into the silence.
Spirit.
Well, there you go. There's Roland's backstory. Lots of people visiting us in our sleep, which I guess we should be a little bit concerned about. Okay, we have soul burn. Roland reaches deep into the ever-present fire burning within him. Screaming in pain, he pulls forth a torrid wave of blistering heat. So, ranged attack does 6 damage to everyone in a space before attacking. Suffer 1 damage. Ignore. Block. The card to put this in our deck is an exhaustion card. You cannot play this card. When you discard your hand, suffer 1 for each exhaustion in it. And this is the boost card for Soulburn. And then we have Cleansing Fire. Fire's outstretched. Roland draws weakness and exhaustion from his ally, compressing it into a fireball of rolling heat for an enemy. 3 damage to everyone in the space. Before attacking, choose another Seeker. That Seeker discards all statuses, including exhaustions, plus 1 heart or hit health for each status discarded by the chosen Seeker. Wow, that's powerful, right? So that's those 2 cards that we could add to Roland's deck, but obviously we cannot do that until we rest. So we'll have to come back to that. Okay, so let's tuck these out of the way for now. Now we are in the great city of Dinlux. A little bit of reading for me to do. So, behold Dinlux, the city of light. She shines brightly on the horizon from every direction. The Kinfire flame burning in the great lighthouse protects us all and guides the way home. All who travel here are welcome, for within these walls we are safe from the darkness and safe from creatures that stalk the wild. For visitors stepping foot within the walls for the first time, delights await. Here you will find rest for the weary, water for the thirsty, safety for those tired of facing the wilderness alone. The people of Dinlux, once divided and at war with one another, are united in the battle to survive the starless nights. Together we will be victorious. Join us and become part of the mighty city of Dinlux, the Dinlux Council. Interestingly, I played Kinfire Council yesterday for the first time. Fantastic. Really loved it. If you're enjoying this series and you're looking for a game to play with friends, I recommend it. It's a worker placement kind of council politicking type game. It's very, very good. So here is the city of Dinlux, but we also got this little leaflet, which I'll show you very close up, which says 1, the low garrison, 2, the low market, 8, the secret garden. So 8, I'm guessing this is the secret garden. 1 over here, I'm guessing this is the low garrison. If we flip this over, you can see the various districts. So the Low Gate, the Horseshoe, the Market Fort Fell, the Mariner's Wharf, etc., etc. And this is very much like the Kinfire Council game. These are on different levels. You can see here, these are steps up to the top levels. Obviously, the nobles are up here, and then the middle section, and then the lower section with the horseshoes being kind of where maybe the shady characters of Dinlux reside. We then have this leaflet, the City of Light. Don't know how well this is going to work. Long ago, Dinlux was founded by an elven settlement, the Great City of Light. Due to the sensitivity to the sunlight, the elves constructed most of it underground. It was only over the course of several millennia that the above-ground architecture expanded into the beautiful skyline you see today. Dinlux is now home to all sorts of people over Atios. Elves from here and also afar, dwarves from the mountains to the east, orcs from the farmlands and coastal regions, and the scattering of humans from the Berin Empire. You might also notice a growing number of revenants, such as your humble author. which are considered to be by many some of the friendliest and most gracious sort of folks you will find on this side of the Great Sea. The City Council presents to you the first in a series of guides to the city of Dinlux, the greatest city that ever was. Lucky you! Although the Starless Knights have robbed robbed the world of many great destinations, the City of Light has nearly every wonder and amenity you could ask for. Just take a look inside this pamphlet and you will see for yourself. About the author, your humble author is known as Merc. This Merc would like to thank the City of Council of Dinlux for making this publication possible through their generous patronage. Volume number 1, The Stumps and the Horseshoes. The districts of Dinlux. The city is divided into 4 different boroughs: the coping, the nest, the stumps, and the horseshoes. Most of the essential city buildings, such as City Hall and the Great Lighthouse, can be found up in the coping, where the wealthy and prestigious live. But a traveller can also find almost anything they need down in the stumps, where your humble author resides. The stumps is the lowest part of Dinlux, and where the city touches the sea. May not be the loveliest borough, but there are many wonderful people here. There are children running about who like to bring Merc gifts made of shells and stones. There are card players down on the docks who like to rub this Merc's head for luck. And there are the guards hanging around the barracks who like to spit on this Merc as they pass by. All good fun, really. For sightseers with a thirst for knowledge and adventure, the first place to visit is the Stumps in Seeker's Rest, home for the Seeker's Guildhouse and famous Library of Light. Watching those powerful Seekers come and go is a treat, and if you're lucky you might just spot Guildmaster herself, Lyra Duskrider. The Tumbles is home of many of the city's poorest citizens. While most people avoid this place, some of the Merc's greatest friends come from here, and nearby Mariner's Wharf is where the humble Merc resides. Once you grow accustomed to the smell of fish, Mariner's Wharf is an excellent place to sit and watch the goings-on of everyday people in the great city of Dinlux. The Horseshoe. This island is mostly populated with dwarven refugees from the Starless Knights returned. It used to be nothing but rock, but now it's a bustling borough of homes and businesses. The main place of note here is the Scholars' Circle, where the city's brightest magicians and scientists study and improve the world. Non-members are rarely allowed inside unless you are volunteering for magical experiments. The sign-up sheet is in the lobby, but this Merc must warn you that the pay is not nearly worth it. Okay, so that's some details about the city, and then we've got these recommended stops. Luca's Tea House. We know Luca from our time in Vinna. We've got Journey's Rest Inn. I won't read all of these out loud. We've got Esbel's Imperium. We've got the House of Mysteries. We've got Nora's Bounty House. We probably want to go there. We've got the Bird's Nest, cozy establishment for refreshment and relaxation. The Gold Rock Casino. Hold on a second. We might be talking now. We have, I don't know how much money I'm meant to have. I've got it somewhere. We'll have to find out. The Gold Rock Casino. We've got, what else? The Low Garrison, the Low Market, the Secret Garden, the Scholars' Circle, the Seekers Guild, the Library of the Light. And then up top, we have the Mariner's Boardwalk, the Red Gull, and many a skilled privateer haunts this seaside tavern, offering training in exchange for a drink. Quaid's Training Hall, the Soapbox Cafe, the Whispers of Magic, the Well of Hope, and the Seashore Gym. Okay, so we've got 4 actions, and we can go to any one of these places, really. We do have this card here, which says you may pay any amount of coin to stay in this the inn, the hostel that we managed to get, Elo's Hostel. I don't know how we stay there. I don't know if it's a place. I'm not sure. But we could stay there for free if we wanted to. And then we've got a load of memories here. And the one mission that we currently have is mission number 5, which is to go and see Guildmaster Lyra at her office. Celine has a task for us that she's requested our services. But I suspect as we wander around, we are going to find some new stuff to do, right? There is a whole City of Dinlux deck that we need to get out and delve into that. I'm going to find out how many coins we've got, because that's going to be important before we move any further. And then we'll dive in, going to some of these locations. Okay, we are back. We have 8 coins to spend, and we need to pick our locations as to where the heck we are going to go in Dinlux. And I don't know. We've got a few things that we need to think about. We have all of these bounty tokens. Now, some of them are for bandits, so I don't think they're going to help us a huge amount. But we could go to the bounty house to see if we can trade any of those in. We've got some shops. We want to go to although we could go and rest for free, we probably want to go to the Journey Rest Inn, just simply because we want to be able to place some of these cards in our hands. One thing I did do is just quickly check how many cards we have upgraded in Core's deck. So we've got 3, so which means we've got 2 more. And for Roland, we have 0 upgraded. So we can put as many as we want into that, as long as we can do it from the actions. So we've got the choice of four places to go. One of them has to be the inn. We could go to the Seekers Guild, which is where we have to go for Quest 5, but that might give us some other stuff, some more knowledge. I think Roland would likely want to go over here. There's a where is it? The Soapbox Cafe. This is a dining establishment. It's frequented by members of the Scholars Circle, while the food and service is good. Most come to watch the debates. So that might be something we want to go to. There's a shop over here as well. We do know Luca. Maybe we want to go to Luca's tea house, see if we can get any other potions or anything. But who knows? There's also a house of mystery, someone telling fortunes for us. Okay, let's go. So what's the low garrison? The low garrison's building houses in the low guard. These soldiers are charged with protecting the stumps and the horseshoe. There are 2 statues nearby that greet entering the city. That greet those entering the city. Members of the low guard in honor of their service. Okay, and there's a market. Should we go to the market first? Let's do that. So we have this whole deck of cards here, which have locations in. We are going to go to D2.
As you pass by the tents and stalls of the low market, a lilting tune fills the air. A group of busking minstrels has set up to entertain the market goers and make a little coin. Their playing is skilled, but they seem to be short a member or 2 today.
Okay, so we don't have Finn. So this results in nothing happening. Okay, otherwise return to the map and choose again. So I don't think we have to spend an action to do that. That's interesting. So we don't have Finn with us, so that was a massive waste of time. With that being the case, shall we go to... Let's go to the bounty place, D7. Let's go and find out what that's got in store for us. I haven't made my mind up whether I'm going to play all of these through Foreteller or whether we're going to read them ourselves. We'll find out if they're any good ultimately. If they're all 30 seconds, I might just read them, but let's see.
When you enter, a tough-looking elf looks up at you.
Welcome to Nora's bounty house. I'm Nora. I pay bounties on troublemakers in the area, but I also buy parts for more exotic creatures. I know a few talented craftsmen who can fashion magical items from such things if you so wish. What's your pleasure?
Okay, you may shop at Nara's bounty house, add it to Dinlux. So we've got to find through all of these cards, one of these will be Nara and her items somewhere, anywhere, right? Nara's bounty house. So this is her. And these must be the bounties, I would imagine. Okay. So let's have a little look at what we've got, shall we? We have... So these are going to go into the store. We have this card here, which is check the board for bounties. Or if you have the creature materials, talk to one of the craftsmen. Craft one of these specific tokens. Sorry about that. Into or sell any other focus tokens for 1 coin per token sold. Once traded for, add the card and its link boost to the Seeker's unused card pool. Swap them to the Seeker's deck. So we didn't kill the deer, so we don't have the antlers, but we do have the possibility of making the blazing sword, which is this here. Holy moly, look at this. So this does 3 damage and a wound, I think. A blade set afire with the embers of the Flame Lord you fought near Vinna. +1 damage, +1 weakness. That was on your target. +1 damage per weakness, sorry, that was on your target before this attack. After playing or discarding this card during a battle, you may put it on top of your deck. That's nice. And this is a gainer card. I like that a lot. We're probably going to do that. And then the other one we've got is the Wyvern Cloak, which again is over here. And the Wyvern Cloak is made from the wing leather of a wyvern. This cloak grants protection and speed. Gain a movement and a block. Free action, perform another action after this one. And we can boost blocks. So, I mean, it feels like we're not having to pay anything for these, right? So we can get both of these. So we can't get the antlers. So let's tuck those back over here. But let's have a look at what we've got over here. We have the Flame Lord. Is that who that is? No. One of these is a Flame Lord. One of these is a Flame Lord. There's the Flame Lord token. So we're going to get rid of that to add the sword to our potential hand. Okay. Then we have the Wyvern Cloak, which is this one here. So we'll get rid of this as well to add the Wyvern Cloak. I'm going to tuck this over here for Roland for now. But then we can sell bounties for 2 a pop, which I guess I'm going to do. I feel a bit guilty about selling these peeps, but let's do it. The problem is, I'd assume the ones we've got now, we're not going to be able to upgrade them again, so, or to do anything with them. So 2, 4, sorry, that's 6, 7. So 7 bounties to sell. Do we want to keep any of them? Let's keep this big tree dude, I think, and we'll sell all of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4 monies we're getting. Okay. 4 cash. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are done here. We can't make the antler sword, which is a bit disappointing, but other than that, all good, right? Okay, and we add this to the store from memory, so we'll tuck that up there. Okay, so that's 1 action done. Now what the heck are we going to do? We could go to the Scholar's Circle, known as the Research. I mean, that sounds like somewhere that Roland would want to go, right? So let's do that. That's the Scholar's Circle, 12. Okay, I'm going to read this one. So we have, you arrive at the Scholar's Circle Guild Hall, where a revenant sits behind the reception desk. They barely glance up at you and they spot the Kinfire lanterns and quickly stand. Welcome to the Scholar's Circle. Can I interest you in a thorough but strictly limited tour? The Revenant guides you through several libraries and laboratories, shooting you past a few locked doors. Several scholars look up at you curiously before going back to their various projects and muted conversations. If you have memory 6I, go to event DO. If you have prompt Q20 and haven't completed quest 20, go to DP. Otherwise, return to the map and choose again. We have none of those, I'm pretty sure. Memory 6I, I don't think we've got that. We've got 16, we've got 17, we've got 4, and we've got 2. So none of those are going to help us. Okay, so we can return back to our tour of the town. That was pointless. Okay. So we've been to the Low Market, that did nothing. We've been to the Scholar's Circle, that did nothing. Let's go to the Seekers Guild, because we know we've got to go there anyway. So what does this one say for us? As you enter the guild hall, some of the other Seekers slap you on the back. In greeting, you join them in the dining hall for an ale, as they recount stories of their recent adventurers. One of them pulls out an enormous black tooth recovered from a strange worm-like creature. Another shows you a blistered scar down their left arm. You're about to tell your own harrowing tale when Guildmaster Lyra appears and beckons you into her office. I have a job for you if you're interested. It's nothing difficult, but I think you'll be pretty intrigued. Take quest prompt Q18 and remove this card. Okay. Q18. I knew going here would get us some more work to do, right? That's what it's here for. Q18. Why can I not find Q18? Is it over here? Q18. Not here, is it? Events. Is there a different deck? Is it in the pack Q18? That's probably where it is, right? Let's have a little look. Let's see if it's in here. If not, I can't remember how this game works. Is this it? Let's just have a look in this deck. Is there a Q18 over here? No. So it must be somewhere. I must have it somewhere. I just don't know where. Okay. I guess I'll quickly put a pause in and we'll see if we can find Q18. Okay, I found it. It was loitering at the bottom of the deck. The Lonely Tower. Guildmaster Lyra has an easy job for you that involves visiting the local celebrity-turned-hermit. There's little risk involved, which could be a nice change of pace that earns some extra coins. When you embark on this mission, open quest 18, The Lonely Tower. Okay, so we've now got 2 quests, and I would imagine take prompt and remove this from Dinlux. This doesn't say your action ends, so I don't think that cost us an action, which is nice. Where am I going to put this? Over here, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to assume this doesn't end an action because all the rest say ends your turn or city action. So we still only used 1. That was the Seekers Guild done. Hold on, was there more to the Seekers Guild? Hold on, let me just grab that card again. Was there something else on it? No, okay. So that's that. Where are we going next? The House of Mysteries, the Bird's Nest, Casino Rock. Let's go to the casino, shall we? 20, we're off to. Here we go. An oily dwarf with gold teeth ushers you into the casino. Welcome, welcome to the Gold Rock, my friends. I am Org, the owner. Please stay and play. Everyone is a winner here. If you stay, you may gamble up to 3 times. Each time you want to gamble, pay 2 coins, then draw a chip from the bag. If the number of the chip you draw a number chip, gain that much coin back, otherwise you lose. Sorry, have I read that wrong? Each time you gamble, you pay 2 coins, then draw a chip from the bag. If you draw a numbered chip, gain that much coin, otherwise you lose. Oh, I see, okay. Well, I mean, I guess we'll do it. We'll do it, right? Little bit of gambling never hurt anyone. So there's 2 coins being spent. We're delving into the bag. Now, the odds are against us here. Well, no, they're pretty even, actually. What the heck? Oh, these are our other coins here, right? Okay. I was wondering what that square thing was. Right, here we go. We have number 7. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5, 6, 7. Okay. You know what? Let's do it one more time. We're going to spend 2. We're delving back into the bag to see what we can find. Here we go. Oh, number 10. Huge. I've not got enough money for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy crap, we're minted. I wonder if I got that right. I surely did, right? Each time you draw into the bag, draw that number of chits, gain that much coin back. Otherwise, return to this. We're only going to do it twice, so there's no more coins to play around with. So that is that. We've done how many actions? 2. We went to the Seekers Guild. That didn't cost us anything. We've done 2. We definitely want to go to the place and rest. Should we go to Esbel's Imperium, or should we go to Luca's Tea House? Or should we go to the training hall? Let's go to the Red Gull. That's where we're going to go. Number 10. Got a load of money. Let's go there. Number 10 is the Tiny Tavern. Caters primarily to sailors in a rough crowd, and a brawl is underway as you enter. Moments later, the fight ends with the 3 sailors laying on the floor and an orcwoman standing over them with a rapier in one hand and a bottle of rum in the other. She sees you and grins. Anyone else want dueling lessons from an ex-pirate? The next class is about to begin. You may train with Belita Add her to the Dinlux market if you haven't already. See shopping in the town exhibition exploration rulebook. Okay, so we're looking for Belita. Belita? Belita. Belita. So each one of these has a card, and then before that is all of their items. Crew, Kaita, Quaid, Belita. Okay. Okay, so that's her. So we'll grab that, and let's find out what we find out, shall we? So we have. If you want, I can teach you. If you want, I can teach you some solid dueling moves. They require a bit more finesse than just swinging a stick around, though. One seeker may pay 2 coins to train with Belita. If so, they flip 3 cards. If at least 2 are green, that seeker gains one of the following cards, if still available: Sleight of Hand or Void Blade. Okay. So we pay 2 coins, we flip 3 cards, and we're looking for greens. That seems somewhat unlikely, but fine. Okay, well, let's do it with Core, shall we? So here are our 2 coins being paid. We're going to flip 3 cards, and we need 2 greens. I'm not feeling massively confident. We should have gone and trained and then done this, because we'd have more white cards in our deck. Right, here we go. We have an exhausted card. Okay, not great. We have a green. We just need another green. We have another exhausted card. Why have I got all these exhausted cards? Well, that sucks. Okay. Should we pay? We've got a load of money. Let's pay another 2. Okay, we have. I'm just going to shuffle these again. We have a red card. We have another red card. We have a green card. We do not learn anything. That sucks. Okay, these go over here. We learned nothing from you. What else have we got? Do we want... You've only got 2 green cards. There's no point trying to train. Once gained, add the card to the link boost seekers card. This doesn't say end your action, does it, over here? Yeah, your city action is over. Okay, well, we learn sod all from that. Okay, good. Right, D10. Tuck you back over here. These go into the market along with you. Okay, so we'll tuck you up there. The last place we're going to go is the Journey's Rest. So number 4. Here we go. Because we do need a rest. We want to do some deck building. So we have the Journey's Rest is far from the finest inn you've ever visited. It's not particularly well maintained, and the food is bland at best. But at least it's cheap, and for those on a budget, it's got its own appeal. You may pay 1 coin to stay the night. Due to the cheapness of the accommodation, each seeker may only swap 1 action card from their deck. If you do, if you stay overnight, the action is over. Otherwise, return to the map. So we'll be able to get rid of fatigue, but at most we can put 1 card in. Well, that sucks a little bit, but look, we don't have to pay because we've got this card, right? You may pay any amount of coin. So, we could give some coin, but let's not. Because we're cheap. And we just lost a load trying to train. Okay. But we do have a lot. But no, we're going to hold on to it. Right. Okay. Maybe once we get to know her better, we'll do that. Right. Okay. Let's tuck that over here. And we're gonna rest. So we're going to get rid of all of our fatigue. So you 2 can go away. Have we got any more, I wonder? Let's have a little look. I don't think so. I'm surprised I had that many. Okay, so no more there. Okay, they're the ones we've put in. And what about Roland? You got any fatigue, buddy? Yes. Okay. There we go. So all of those go away. Love that. Okay. Now, we get to build our deck. So I think, obviously, we've got to follow some rules to build them. We've got enough Kinfire to put in to do it. So we'll figure out between Core's Blazing Sword, Roar of Challenge, and painless defeat what one of these we want to put in. And then we've got the same amount for Roland to choose and which one we're going to take out. Once I've done that, I will come back and let you know. Okay, we're back. All I've done is put in this card, the Blazing Sword, for core, and we removed our defending blade. So really, that did 3 damage and gave a block, whereas this one gives a hurt to the enemy. And now we have to make a choice between a perilous passage and a lonely tower. One says it's going to be easy. I question how easy the easy job is going to be, right? I think I'm going to do the perilous passage. I think this is a double bluff. And one's going to continue the story. So I think we're going to go and do quest number 5, which is this one over here. So we'll tuck these over here out of the way and we'll go and find quest number 5. That's what we're going to do. Look, I apologize that this episode is going to be a bit longer than normal because obviously we've had the city stage. You'll have to let me know how you feel about it, whether you want me to split the city stages up, maybe release it as a separate video. You'll have to tell me. Equally, I mean, we obviously read all of the leaflet, all of the map, all of that stuff. If you don't want that much lore, you'll have to tell me. But okay, so we've got a load of tokens. I'm going to hide those out of view for now because who knows? We've got some prompt cards here. There are some enemies. Oh, this one's taken a bit of a beating, unfortunately. But okay. We are going to Q5.
The Seeker's Guild Hall is strangely empty. It seems everyone but you has been sent out on assignment. Just as you are about to pull up a few chairs in the dining hall to enjoy an ale, you are summoned by Guildmaster Lyra.
Thought you were getting the night off? Sorry to disappoint, but the Hierophant herself has specifically requested you for this assignment.
She leads you into her office, where Selin waits.
Let's skip the pleasantries. There's little time, so I'll be direct. The great lighthouse is waning. It's the source of all kinfire, and it's been growing dimmer with every week that passes. I fear we must act now before we are left in total darkness.
She pauses, letting the grim words sink in.
I'm certain that the lighthouse can be rekindled, but to do so, I need an ancient volume, the Almanac of Fires. Its last known location was the Library of Oander.
That is where you come in.
Okay, so we have some options. Of course, we will leave for Oander immediately. Who were the bandits who attacked us back in Vinna? If we have Roland, has the Scholar's Circle been informed? And if we have Asher, we can have a different one. So we're going to go to 5-2, I guess. To begin with. So we do have Roland, but let's go to 5-2 first. Who were the bandits that attacked us?
Those bandits in Vinna, they seemed organized.
You ask Selin about the bandits you faced in Vinna. She looks away to the window.
I can't be sure yet, but I suspect they are part of a greater conspiracy. This isn't the first time someone has tried to stop a new lighthouse from being erected. I have an idea of who might be behind it, but it would be unwise to speak without further evidence.
Okay, Roland is around. Let's see what Roland thinks of this.
Roland clears his throat.
Has the Scholar's Circle been apprised of the situation? They might be able to help.
They have, and they can't.
Selin snaps.
This is not a problem to be solved with a magnifying glass or alchemical experiments. This time, our newly founded dwarven allies will have to accept my lead.
Okay, we go back to the introduction. Is there anything else that we can do? The only other option was, of course, we'll head out immediately. Go to 5-1. Okay, let's see what she says when we say we're going to do it.
You have your assignment from the Hierophant herself. Reach Oander, find the book, survive.
The latest information from the Seekers Guild reported that the land between Dinlux and Oander has been changed beyond recognition, hit hard by the starless nights. Barren deserts have replaced gentle rolling hills. Snow-capped mountain peaks now rise where fields of grain once grew.
You'll need to plan your journey carefully by assessing your strengths and calculating your risks. Even so, there's no path that will guarantee safety. If there was, they wouldn't have called on seekers.
Okay, so we need to go to map 6, which is just here. As you can see, it's about planning a route, and we need to go to 5-5.
You leave Dinlux in the direction of Oander, plotting your course carefully.
Okay, that's everything. Right, okay. So it says here, to cross an area, each seeker in any order declares and then flips however many cards they would like to from their deck. After all seekers have flipped cards, if enough of the indicator color was revealed, you safely cross the terrain. Otherwise, select one seeker to gain 1 exhaustion for every card you were short. If a seeker deck runs out of cards, they may not draw any more cards on this journey. Set off towards the desert, set off towards the swamp. Okay. So looking at this map, you can see these are green cards. These are, I'm just going to bring this over here. It might not zoom in particularly well, but you can see our first journey here from Dinlux takes us towards a swamp or towards a desert. This is blue and this is green. Are we saying we have to get 5 or 7 cards? Because that's bad. That's real bad news for us. This is 5 to 6 blues, and what that means is if we look at our characters, Roland has 4 blues, and Core only has 2. We've obviously got some white cards in here as well, but Core has 3 greens and Roland only has 2. So we've got to go towards the swamp, really, right? Sorry, the desert. But then we're into 5 and 9. Is that what this is telling us, or is it just going to? Maybe this is just telling us go to 5, 6. It's not how many cards we need. It's got to be that, right? We are heading towards the desert. Let's just make sure to cross an area. Each seeker in any order declares and then flips however many cards. Okay. So I don't think we do this. We just decide we're going to 5, 6. And then we come back to that rule. So 5, 6 is where we're heading.
Climbing over the dunes, you spot a lonely figure on the horizon. Once closer, you see that she is an elven woman with uncovered skin that has burned and blistered in the sun.
My husband. He was caught out here in the last starless night. He was looking for lost sheep. He must be here somewhere.
You rush to her side, but it's too late. Moments later, she passes away in your arms.
Okay. Well, this looks rough. So you need to cross safely 2 seekers, 5 blues. Holy crap. 1 seeker gains 1 exhaustion for every blue you are short. Next, go to 5 or 9 cards. Okay, 5 or 9. 5, 9 or 5, 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go here, we can then cross over to the red, I guess, to the mountains. Sorry, you couldn't see any of that. So we're doing blue here. We could then cross over to red and then cross over to green. It gives us our best chance, I think. So we need 5 blue. The problem is for every one we turn over, we're going to be screwed on the next one, right? Well, let's say Roland is going to turn over 4 and Core is going to turn over 2. Let's do that, right? So Roland first. Let's give these a shuffle. So we are looking for white cards or blue cards. Here we go. 1 is a green card. 2 is a red card. Oh no. How many did I say? 4. Another red card. This is bad. And a blue card. We've got 1. Okay. And then we said 2 for Core. We have another blue card. Okay, so that's another 1. And then we have a green card. Well, that's bad news. So we ended up with 2, right? We ended up with 2 blue cards out of the 5 we needed. So that means we take 3 exhaustion. 1, 2, 3. Let's give you 1 and you 2 for now. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. I've given Roland 2. There you go, 1 exhaustion. I've given Core 2 exhaustion. That did not go that well. Okay, next go to 5-9 or 5-10. Let's go to 5-10. Oh, there is a thing here that says if someone's present on the Foreteller app. It's not on here. I always find that a little bit weird. But it doesn't matter because none of the people we wanted are... oh, maybe that's if we go to 5-10. 5-10 and Naz is not present.
Making your way up the steep, snowy slope, you spot a herd of woolly animals among the rocks. With long, floppy ears and enormous eyes, they're like no creature you've seen before. They appear to be harmless, even a little bit cute, until they stand on their back legs and begin to hurl rocks at you. They cry whenever they manage to hit one of you.
Okay, so if Naz was around, we'd need fewer cards. Interestingly, if we'd have gone to 5-11, maybe that's the next one. I shouldn't have seen that. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got 2 seekers need 6 reds. Okay, so we've turned over no reds for Core. So we're going to do at least, let's do 5 for Core and let's do 2 for Roland. Although we've already got 2 reds out. Let's do 1 for Roland. Okay, so 5 for Core. Here we go. We have 1 red. Okay, we have 2 reds. Okay, we have 3 reds. Huge. We have a blue. How many did I say? 5. And we have another red. So that's 4 reds. We just need 2 from Roland's 2. Okay. Come on, Roland. Here we go. We have a white. Perfect. And we have a blue. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a blue. So we've got 1 exhaustion coming in over here for Roland. You go there and you go there. And we take all of these down here. That went as well as it could, right? They're the wrong cards. You can go here, you can go here. Okay. So once we've done that, I can go to 5-11 or 5-12. Now, annoyingly, I've seen that both of our characters are on these, so I'm not going to read any more. 5-11 takes us to green. That feels like where we would go. 5-12 takes us to red again, which doesn't feel right. So let's go to 5-11. 5-11 and Core is present.
You trudge through the swamp, scratching at bleeding bite marks until you hear a long, harrowing bellow. You head in the direction of the noise and soon come across a disturbing sight. An elk's head sticking out of the muddy water. The beast must have been stuck here and is now sinking into the thick muck. You look on, helpless to save the creature.
Core looks sadly upon the elk.
Okay, so we've got to try and get 7 green cards, which feels very unlikely. If we get 8, we go to 5-13. How many have we got in our deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and loads for Roland, but he's only got 2. Well, let's do 10 for Core. Let me just go back to the starting point. Let's just remind myself. Hold on. To cross an area, declare and then flip however many cards you would like to. After all seekers have flipped their cards, if enough is indicated color was revealed, you safely cross the terrain. Otherwise, take 1 exhaustion for every card you are short. Seeker's deck runs out. They may not draw any more cards this journey. Okay, let's do 10 and 5. That's what we're going to do. So 10 for Core. Here we go. We have 1 green. How many do I need? 7, I think I said, or 8, really, right? So 1 green. We have a red. We have another green. We have another red. We have a blue. We have another red. We have a white. We have another red. So that's 5. We have a blue. That's not what I was aiming for, right? And we have another blue. Well, this is bad news. If all 5 of these are green, we'll be fine. I'm hoping there's no more of the journey left because I've only got 1 card left for Core. Right, here we go. We're for Roland. We have failed. We have another blue. We have a white. Hurrah! We have another blue. So that's 4 cards. And we have another blue. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so we take 3 damage, right? Because we've got 4. We take 3 damage. Sorry, 3 exhaustions. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that sucks. So these can all go here and here. Let's hope there's no more journey to do. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. Because I've got no cards left. Okay. Okay. Next, go to 5:15.
Finally, you have reached the outskirts of Oander. Only parts of the town still remain, perhaps protected from the starless nights by the area's deep history and the magical energy that has gathered here. You pause, overwhelmed by the feeling that you are somehow meant to be here in this exact place, at this exact time.
Okay, so we have count up the total remaining cards in all of the Seeker's deck. You received fate tokens based on how many cards remain with a maximum of 3. So with 2 Seekers, we get 2 per card remaining. Okay, well, that's not too bad for us because Roland has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we get 3 of these. We've already got 3 here, so we'll tuck these here. And we get 3 more. Let me just make sure I read that right. Count the total remaining cards. You receive numbers for based on how many remaining. 2 Seekers, we get 3 per 2 card. We get 1 per 2 cards, up to a maximum of 3. So that's those. Go to 5:16. I can't help feeling like I should have spent more tokens.
The Library of Oander stands at the center of what is left of the town. But it's not what you expected. With its thick walls and barred windows, you could see someone mistaking it for a prison. The heavy wooden doors of the entrance have been smashed in. As you walk over the splintered planks, you hear a terrified scream. You rush around the corner to see a pillager surrounded by several pallid, corpse-like creatures. Flailing his sword wildly, he's keeping them at bay. For now.
Okay, keeping them at bay for now. We have a conundrum. Conundrum with Roland on this side. Let's go find the book first. While they're distracted, we can help the thief afterwards. Or we have Core. Thief or not, he clearly needs our help right now. Well, the way this works is, I did say I was going to choose, but we're going to delve into this bag and keep pulling out until we get either Core or Roland, and then we'll follow that action. So we have number 11. That's neither Core nor Roland. This could take a little while. Let's get this out of the way. We have number 4. That's still not Core or Roland. We have Core. So we are helping the thief. Go to 5:18. When that happens, Core gets one of these Kinfire tokens to spend on his deck building later down the line. We said 5:18, right? Here we go.
After a moment's hesitation, you decide to intervene. Some would call you brave, others foolish. As soon as you enter the room, the whites turn their glowing eyes to you and, with a horrifying shriek, attack. Clearly relieved at your arrival, the bandit flees into the shadows of the library, clutching the bleeding wound on his shoulder.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but what a dick. Right, okay. So that was open the atlas to 17. Next, go to 5:20. Okay, open the map. Sorry, map 7. Here it is. And next, go to 5:20. Oh, is there nothing to read on 5:20? No. So it's just the setup step. So you can see here we've got 3 enemies. We've got a corpse here from the looks of things. And then it says, if a seeker is defeated, lose the battle, go to 521. If the whites are all reduced to 0, go to 523. So we've got our map up here. Let's have a little look at that. It looks like we're in some kind of library. Let's have a look at our enemies, shall we? We have this big old, the Huntswight. The Huntswight is ever in a space. If the Huntswight is ever in a space containing a corpse, it devours the corpse, discarding it and gaining 5 health. Then discard all statuses from the Huntswight. Place overlay 5B on here. If the Huntswight unleashes a bolt to bring you to your knees, 2 damage. Interesting, this is the first time, I know you can't see it here, but this is green. This is the first time we're going to have to use cards and attacks against a certain thing, or defenses against that. And then a Huntswight leaps forward, claws extended. After moving, the Huntswight moves 1 space closer to the nearest corpse. Interesting. So this one focuses on the least armor. Okay, we need to figure out what order these are going in. So the archer's in the middle. Okay. What one goes first? This dude is the one who's first. The Balewhite. If the Balewhite is ever in a space containing a corpse, devours the corpse, discarding it and gaining 7 health. Then discard all statuses from a Balewhite. Despite the Balewhite's sluggish movement, it lashes out at you with its surprising speed. And the Balewhite swings its massive sword, catching anyone unlucky enough to be within range. After attacking, the Balewhite moves 1 space closer to the nearest corpse. I was getting this wrong earlier. I was saying this is the symbol. This one here is the symbol for damaging all. It's not. It's this one. This means you damage everyone in a space. So he goes over here, 21 health, and focuses on the person with the most health. And then last but not least, we have the Mage White. If the Mage White is ever in a space containing a corpse, it devours the corpse, discarding it and gains 6 health. Then discard all statuses. I think they might be able to go over their base health, but I'm not 100% sure. The Mage White hurls a bolt of energy straight into your chest. If able, the target discards 1 extra armor. Okay, then refocuses, and again another range doing 4 damage. That's not ideal. Okay, let me get this set up and I'll be right back. Okay, we are all set up. We've got our enemies out here. We've got the Balewhite, we've got the Huntswight, we've got the Mage White, and their action. So you can see this one is going to trigger on a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. This one's going to trigger on a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9. And then here, and we obviously know about this top skill if they manage to eat something. I do need to check. I think they can go over health, but let's just see. Because I feel like I remember reading it, but I'm not 100%. I should have checked this before I restarted. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so rather annoyingly, I was correct, and enemies can heal above their starting HP. So there's nothing I can do to get rid of these corpses. I don't know what this is. I'm guessing this is just you can't pass through there. But there's a bit of a weird one that's how it's been defined, I guess, unless I'm looking at it wrong, but doesn't seem to say anything unique about them. So okay, so this is a problem, right? So you've got 21 health, but you're going to go up to 28 when you step on this corpse, and you're going to discard all statuses. So us piling statuses on is going to be a bit of a problem. Equally, I mean, they're all 1 space away from a thing, so really getting in and killing one would be huge. However, we do have a bit of a problem. I have my 7 cards for core. We've got Pierce Defenses, Blade Storm, Helpful Hand, Aftershock, and Blazing Sword. And over here, we only got 3 action cards for Roland. We do have a couple of ways to redraw chits, which is quite nice, and a couple of ways to discard cards, which we might need because our other 2 cards for core was 2 exhausted cards. This is a problem. We don't know who's going first. What we do know is 2 of them, this one and this one, is focused on core, whereas all of the archer is focused on Roland. We don't really have any ways to apply too many statuses. Okay, let's reach into the bag, shall we, and see what we get. We have a Core chip up first. Apologies that you can't really see the enemies while I'm doing it. I'll do my best to show what we've got going on. There's just it's a little tough to get them all into screen. Let's have a little look here. When I go back to this one, they're kind of right on the edge of where I put them, whereas over here they're not quite in shot. I wonder if I can rejig this a little bit. Let's see. The thing is, I can only move them so far. Let's see what we can do. See if we can get these in any better for you. Not massively. I'll try and move that health token over. This one we can definitely bring over a bit for you. There you go. So it's all a bit tight, I have to say. I mean, I guess I can move this way slightly. This might rejig everything, but I just want to try and squeeze in as much as I can for you so you can see as much as you guys can. That's probably the best we're going to get it, although I can bring this down here to put you there. Okay. That's as good as it's going to get, I'm afraid, but hopefully you can see as much. This is all going to be a bit wonky now, but we'll rejig it as we go. Okay, so Core is up first. What the heck are we going to do with Core? Try and stun could be good. I mean, even if we stun them, we need to trap them, really. I don't have any trap cards, because at least they wouldn't move. Right, well, we know that you are attacking Core, right? So I'm going to move here, because even if you get a go, you're only going to be able to move into that space and not be able to attack Roland. We are then going to attack the archer. And we are going to use Aftershock. So Aftershock is a green and red card, 2 damage, plus a stun, and this attack targets any other enemies. We can't attack any other enemies, unfortunately, but we will play you. We're going to take a stun and we're going to put it on the archer. Let's put it on this one down here. We are going to gain the focus, and we are doing 3 damage. We don't have anything that we can use to boost the damage, but Roland can use this card, Test of Metal, which allows us to discard a card, and we are going to discard an Exhausted, so we don't have to take the damage at the end of the round. We've still got one more, but that's a reasonable start. So we have done 2 damage and a stun to the archer. So you're down to 13. Okay. It's a reasonable start, not amazing. We're back in the bag. Here we go. We have number 1, which would be the big guy. I'm not too disheartened by that because you're just going to move, right? Despite his sluggish movement, lashes out of you. So he's going to move here, but he cannot hit us because he's in a different space. Okay with that. Right, here we go again. We have Core again. Okay. We're okay with that because we can continue moving and hitting this thing. Okay. Okay, it's probably not exactly what we wanted to do, but I'm going to move into this space over here, and I am going to hit using my blazing sword. So +1 for every hurt. We're going to do 3 damage plus apply 1 hurt. So let's do that now. We'll put that on this one, I guess. So we are doing 4 damage because this has now got 1 hurt on it. Oh, that was on your target before the attack. So we're still only doing 3 damage. After playing this card, you may discard it or put on top of your draw pile. I'm going to put it back on top of our draw pile because we might be able to then start to stack it up. Just before that, we're going to do 3 damage. I have nothing that can boost it over here. So you're down to 10 health. Okay. And you keep the focus, and this goes back on top of our draw pile. That's everything we can do here. Right. Back in the bag. Here we go again. We have number 6. Number 6 would be the archer. You'd take 2 damage, but then you would target us for 2 damage plus 3 for if the target has no shields. Well, we do. I need to check about the melee. If you're attacking in melee range in the same space of us, or would they move out is the question. In which case, surely they'd move towards the corpse. I'm just going to check what happens if an attack with melee targets the same area. We can discard this. We can put this back in the bag. Oh, this is a 9. This is a 9, so it's this bottom one. So The huntsman leaps forward, claws extended, attacks. After attacking, the huntsman moves one step closer to the nearest corpse. So it would move into that corpse and it would heal 5. So I think we're going to put you back in the bag for now, using one of Roland's chits. And we'll delve in again. Here we go. We have number 12. That's you. That's bad news. Oops. You're on 18 health. Okay, so this one is... The Mageite lifts their hands, emanating a wave of magical energy. It's 4 damage. After attacking, the Mageite moves towards the nearest corpse. Now, interestingly, going to have to move into this space if they want to attack us, which I'm guessing they would do. Though we are the target. They're going to move here, and they are going to take a trapped card. I guess we'll put it up here then. And then they're going to attack us for 4. We have 3 armor, so we discard one of those, and we take 1 damage. And this says, after attacking, the Mageite moves to the space close. Oh, we should have put this here, right? So they would have moved, and then they would move towards that, but we're not going to let them because they're now trapped, I think is how that works. That's how I'm going to play it. They moved into space, became trapped, and then they can't move out because they are trapped. That's my assumption anyway. So we took 1 damage, but again, it could have been way worse, right? Okay, here we go again. We have some Roland would be good. We have darkness. That's you again. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. I think we're going to redraw the chit because that would be another 4 damage. I don't really want to take that, although it would only be 2. So maybe negating it right now isn't the worst, but because they'd also move towards that corpse. But if they both move towards this corpse, and we get to choose, if they both move towards that corpse, then it's less likely. Then they're both going to re-heal, right? Interesting. Okay, they're going to move into this space. They are hitting us for 4. We're going to spend 1 armor, so they're hitting us for 2. Not ideal, but not horrendous. Okay, we're back in the bag. Here we go again. We have Roland. Roland is up. What can you do, Roland? Not a huge amount. Now I could move here, attack you and move you here. So you're still 2 spaces away from us and just keep you at bay. Maybe that's the way to go. Okay, we can do Test of Metal for now, which is a free action. Roland murmurs a quick prayer. All enemies suffer 1 damage per status effect on them. I can't see me being able to put too many more status effects on them right now, so we're going to do this. I've got no way of boosting it over here, but you take 2 damage. So you're down to 8. Probably not the best use of that, but we're running out of action cards anyway, so I think that's fine. Okay. You know what? Let's do this the other way around. Hold on. I'm just going to give you back your health for a second because it makes sense for us to do this really, right? Let's move here. Let's attack for 3 and after attacking you may move an enemy into a different space. Okay, so we are going to attack you for 3 and move you here. So that puts you down onto 7. Okay, you move into here and you gain a stunned. And you also gain a hurt. So let's put that over here, I guess. So now, when we use Test of Metal, we are putting 4 damage on... Oh, no, I can't do it the other way around. I have to do it before. Okay, let's leave that as is. We'll keep hold of that one. We'll put that one there. And we'll hopefully be able to use Test of Metal next time. Okay, back in the bag we go. Here we go. We have... Oh, I've got no way of discarding a cheer. I'm going to use a Fate token. Oops, that goes into the Void box. Hold on. Here is the Void box. Boop. Okay. We are going to draw 4 and take the action of whoever comes out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I think it makes sense for us to leave these in here for now and use Roland again. Okay. Roland. Restore to either 4 health to a seeker in your space or to yourself. Perform another action after this one. Disposable. This action doesn't have a boost card and it doesn't count towards your deck size after you play it. So I need to discard that separately. Okay, we're going to use that's going to lose us a turn, I think, but we can discard it after this. We're going to take Test of Metal, so that's going to do 1 damage for each status effect. So that's 4 damage over here. You're down to 3 health. Is the old wizard, and then we're going to discard this card as our last action, which means that goes away. We now get our lantern. We keep our 1 health. We would reset it. We keep our 1 health and we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. Okay. So we have Shot to the Knee, an exhausted card, Leech Charm. That's what we were looking for. We've got Well-Timed Blow. That's also what we're looking for if we can get, and we've got 2 exhausted. Not great. Okay. So that's your turn done. You, in theory, are not going to die. Oh, hold on. Discard 2. You, in theory, are going to die when you do an action. No, you're not. You're going to be 1 short unless you do both your actions. Well, that sucks. We're back in the bag. Okay, I should have put those 2 hurt on one of them. In fact, I'm going to put it up here. Okay, we have number 3. Number 3 is the big guy. First things first, did any of these set the focus on you? Don't know if they did. Meteor Throw would have done. So you have this guy's focus. Okay. And then what did we pull out? We pulled out number 1, which means this big dude is moving. So he's going to move here. Now, I would assume they're going to move to the best thing possible for them, which is over here, right? So he is going to come over here. If the Balewhite is ever in a space containing a corpse, it devours the corpse, discarding it and gaining 7 health. They're up to 28. Oh dear. And place overlay 5A on this one. Whoops, just throwing coins everywhere. Overlay 5A. Not a fan of this. Each time an enemy is in its space, lose health. Each time an enemy is in its space, lose health. The Balewhite gains 1 health. And in addition, all of the Balewhite's attacks deal +2 damage. Any damage the Balewhite suffers is reduced by 1. Oh, that sucks. Really bad. The plus point is he now can't exclude or remove status effects. So it's not horrendous, but it's going to be rough. And I've got to try and remember it. Okay, back in the bag. Do we use a fate token? I think we might. I'm going to use 1 more. Into the void box you go. I'd like to get rid of some of these enemies. So we're drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Core, do we want you? This is a bonus card. We've got our leech charm, which will allow us to do damage whenever a status is discarded, which would kill this dude in theory, although we need that one to trigger. Okay. So I think we're going to play Leech Charm out. So every time a card is discarded from a status, they're going to take 1 damage. Okay. Now I wish I'd have put that back there. Okay, good. All right, okay. Do I want to move into that space to do some damage? Because if he moves, he can attack both of us, which is rough. I mean, I'd really like to get rid of the skeleton, but in theory, he's not doing any damage to us. So, okay, let's do Purity, our lantern. After attacking, distribute 3 status effects of your choice among your targets as you see fit. We're going to do 3 damage to this dude. Don't like the fact that the focus is then going to be on Roland, but I don't think I've got any choice. Okay. 3 damage. We can't boost it over here. Oh, we could. You may boost it with a 1 damage or... a shield or anything else, but I think we're going to do 1. Yeah, we're doing 3 damage to the big dude, so you're down to 25. Okay, okay, that's a bit better than you were before, but we need to worry about these other corpses. So this is Purity, and we're distributing 3 status effects against you. Maybe we go Trapped for 2 of them. 1, 2, and then... should we go Stunned as well? I mean, Stunned is less important if they're trapped, right? That's the plus side of that. Weak reduces their attack by 1. Let's go Hurt, and we'll put it over here. Okay. So that was that. There's no other actions to take. Okay. So these go back in the bag. We did that one, right? Sorry about that. Okay, back in the bag. Here we go again. We are going in and we've got Core. Okay, what's Core going to do? I mean, I really like to get rid of this chump. I think we just have to accept that maybe that fella's going to die. In which case, should we just hit this thing right in front of us? I need to find out what happens if you're trying to cast a melee spell in the same space. Not that it matters, they can move, right? So I'd assume they would move. Sorry, a range spell in the same place, or a range attack. Okay. Let's find that out now. I'm just going to put you on pause and we'll find out. Okay, so ranged attacks cannot be used in the same space. That is interesting. We are going to use Blade Storm. So Blade Storm is you unleash a fury of quick blade work, forcing your enemy to match you step for step. So we're going to do 2 damage and apply a weak. So there's the weak. We'll put it on you. Let's put it over here. And when we do that 2 damage, we are able to gain an extra movement. Now we can, and it also says, gain an extra movement, and when moving, you may bring your enemy with you. What does Trapped do against us? Well, any cards in your hand, you cannot move. Okay, we're going to take a Trapped. We're going to give them a Trapped, and we are all going to move into this space over here. Perfect. Okay, so we did 2 damage to you. Okay, nice. So we're now trapped. Okay, back in the bag we go. We have number 2. Number 2 is the big bad enemy. Let's have a little look at what he would do. He's hurt and he's trapped, so he can't move. So I think we're okay with number 2 going off. He would take 2 damage. So that's 2 damage for that. 1, 2. And when we discard a card, you take an extra 1 damage. And you are trapped, so you can't move. And you take an extra 1 damage to that. You're back to where you started. How do you feel about that, sunshine? Ha! Right. But obviously now untrapped. And if we get a 3, we might be in trouble. But it's great to be able to mitigate what they're about to do, right? In the bag we go. We have Roland is back up. Okay, Roland doesn't have a lot of choices. Roland does not have a huge amount of choices. Roland is going to use well-timed blow. So +2 for each status on your target. I mean, we might as well get rid of the skeleton, right? But when we do, all of these tokens are going to move around. And we have to assume he's going to die at some point, and he's not causing us any damage if we move. Okay. So let's do it to you, right? Do 2 damage for each on your target. We've got 2 over here, so that's going to be 4 damage to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go here, and we've still got an action card, so we don't have to reset just now. But we are going to move down here. Okay, so, oh no, we can stay here because we're not in range of that. Okay, back in the bag we go. We have number 9. Number 9 is over here, right? No, number 9 is down here. So you are stunned, so you discard this, which means you, as a melee attack, interestingly, which means you take 1 damage, so you're down to 2. And interestingly, you could attack us with this one because we're in range. After attacking the hunter, move 1 space closer to the nearest corpse. You can't do that because you were stunned, so you can do that. Oh no, you were trapped, right? Oh, I made a terrible error. Oh no, I haven't. You were trapped, so you can't move. I think I gave you the wrong card, or I just didn't read it properly. You can't move, and you can't attack Roland, so you stay where you are, and you won't move closer to the nearest corpse because you were trapped. Okay, back in the bag we go. We have Core up again. So Core can get rid of his trapped card. If you do not gain this card, at the end of your turn, you can discard it. So I'm going to stay where I am for now. Can't really do anything other than 2 damage, and I don't want to use that. I'm going to use my whole turn to discard this card, so I'm not taking any damage from the exhausted. Then I am removing trap. This card does say only enemies, discard them. We're back in the bag. Here we go again. We have number 6. Number 6 would be this one. That's fine, right? Because you take 2 damage, you take 4 damage, and you take a stun. You are dead, my friend. But now we have to do my favour a bit of rejigging all of these tokens. So you are dead. We take you off the board. We'll flip you over and put you over there. And this comes off and goes in our little collected bounties. And when you die, we have to rejig all of the things. Now, I think they go to the one on the right, but I can't recall. When an enemy is defeated, if there are any other surviving enemies, transfer ability tokens to defeat enemy be surviving sheet. Ability tokens should stay in the same area when moving. That is an ability where the upper enemy's ability will move to the same in the new enemy. The only exception is when the ability tokens pass passive movements. In that case, divide it. When an enemy is defeated, there are other surviving. Transfer the ability tokens from a defeated enemy to the surviving enemy. Enemy whose sheet is furthest to the right. Okay, so that's you. And when we say furthest to the right, we are basing it on this here. So you can see this one is furthest to the right on that, rather than sort of how we set them up. So this goes here, you go down here. So you're a little bit stronger. Focusing on you and getting you out of the way will be key. Okay. We go again, back in the bag. It'd be nice to get some hearts out and get this reset. Oh, you're meant to be up here, right? Whoopsie. Okay, we have an 8. An 8 is you, but we're okay with that because you can't do anything. You cannot... Roland's there, so you're not in range of Roland. You're focusing on us, so you cannot attack us. Oh, hold on. No, you are not trapped. You can attack us. You are going to move... Oh no, we've made a terrible error. You are going to attack us for 4. We've only got 1 armor, so we're taking 3 damage. Ouchie. 1, 2, 3. We're down to 13 health. Do I want to... You know what? I'm going to move back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're back up to 17 health. We're going to move you back into this space. And it was number 9 that I drew. I'm going to put you back in the bag. We are using our helping hand to discard that. Okay, here we go again. We have number 11. It's not the same thing, thankfully. It's the one where you are trapped. Okay, so when this ability triggers, discard, the enemy cannot move. So that's that. When you discard it, you take 1 damage. Okay, and then you are weak. So you can't attack us because you are in the same space as us. So this goes away and you take another damage. You're down to 10. Okay, but now you're completely free to roam. And if we draw an 8, we're in trouble. Okay, here we go again. We have a 4. So that's the big bad guy who is trapped. So that goes away and you take 1 damage. There we go. And Barrow swings his muscular. After attacking, the Barrow moves 1 space closer to the nearest corpse. So that's down here, right? Oh, it's going to heal up again. Back in the bag. We have a heart, so we get to choose who's going. Now, Core has only got 1 card left. Roland's only got 1 card left, and it's a heal. I'm not a massive fan of this, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to move here. And we are going to attack for 3. Now, change of plan. I'm going to move here. And we are going to attack for 3. But we're also going to use Roland's boost card to give us an extra movement. So we'll attack for 3 against the Mage White. We've got no other way of boosting it, so we can boost it. Hold on. Can we boost with 2 cards, or is it just 1? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Companions to help each player should look in their hand to see if they have any cards they'd like to recover. Sorry, to use to boost. Each seeker may play 1 and only 1. Sorry, I was getting confused between that and Kinfire Delve, where I think you can play 2. So we've now got another movement. We're doing 3 damage, so you're down to 7. And we're going to move again down here, I guess. So we're 2 spaces away. Okay. Core needs to draw up, so he's going to get his lantern. If we can get it out of this bit of the board. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to get 3 armor back. 1, 2, 3. Love that. Okay. What have we got? We have Blazing Sword. We kind of knew that one. We've got our Sweet Balm. Love that. We've got our Helping Hand. We've got our Blood Vial. We still don't get our Ward, unfortunately, but it's not horrendous. We're back in the bag. Here we go again. We have 10. So 10 is this one, which is range. So you're going to move 1. We're not far enough away to deal with this. You are going to move 1. And you are going to attack us for 3. We have free block. However, if able, the target discards 1 extra block. So that's our two of our 3 shields gone, but we take no damage. Back in the bag we go. Okay. We have a new heart, so everything's going to reset and we get to choose who's doing what. We can do 3 damage on them. 4 damage, which is getting close to where we want to be, but maybe not close enough. Okay, we're going to use Blazing Sword. We are going to move into this space here. We're going to do 3 damage plus a hurt. What numbers have been out? So 6, no 7, 10, 11, 12, 8. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. We're going to recover them all, right? So we're going to put a hurt on you up here, I think. doesn't really matter, right? Hurt on you. Is there 2 darkness tokens? I'm just going to check. Yes, so we'll put a hurt on this top one, this bottom one. Okay, so we're doing 3 damage. You're down to 4, 5, and 4. You're on 7. I can count. And we've done our hurt. You are boosting for 1 extra damage, so you're down to 3. Still not enough, unfortunately, but we're not a million miles away. Then I would have done this first. I'm going to use this, our blood vial. You and each other seeker in your space gain 1 armor, so we'll just get another armor back for us. Okay, all of these go back in the bag. This thing on the left hand side here, this big old bale white, is going to be a rough one to deal with. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really rough. Okay, we do have a way of negating the chits coming out of the bag at least 1 time, but now everybody is free reign again. Here we go. Okay, we have number 11. Number 11 is the discard 1 extra. I'm going to use our helpful hand to redraw number 11. I don't like number 11. Here we go. We have number 3. Okay, number 3 is the big bad guy. He is going to move 1 and stop there, and that's it. Okay, here we go again. We have number 9. So this is the hurt ability. Oh, I don't believe it. This is fantastic. The hurt ability is when you discard this card, take 2 damage. I didn't read this properly. And leech charm, when you discard 1, you take 1 damage. You are down to 0 and you are dead, my friend. I'm sorry to say, you are a goner, which means this one goes over here. You stay on there, and we remove you from the board. Now we've got the problem that there are 2 corpses to be dealing with, and no real way of us dealing with these. So all of these come over here. This thing is going to be so strong right now. Oh no. Okay, this thing is scary. I'm not going to lie, and we've not got many actions to use. Okay. Back in the bag we go. Here we go. We have Roland. Roland is up. Roland has nothing to be able to do. So he is going to discard this, which means he takes 2 damage from having these. So 2 damage to Roland. 1, 2. Then we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we get our lantern back. Nice. Okay. Not got, as we would expect, we've not got that many action cards, but that's fine. Okay. So Roland is going to, oh, he's had his turn. He would have also moved here. Okay. We're in the bag again. We have number 12. Bad news. Number 12 is he's going to move towards us. Oh, no. So he's going to move towards us. I presume he gets to move twice on this one. After attacking, the Bale Right moves 1 space closer. I don't know if that means he just attacks and then he moves, but I'm going to assume he moves and then attacks and then moves again. Was I in this space or this space? I was in this one, right? Oh, does he? I don't know what the rule is on movement. Let's have a look, because this is going to make a massive difference between how much he hits me for. Enemy movement. Enemy movement. You may move your seeker standee 1 space either before or after you act. You must, so that doesn't help me. Enemy turn, enemy movement. Yeah, I don't know. Bear with me, let me just see if I can find anything that clarifies it, because what I don't know is, does this, after attacking the Bale Right moves, does it negate the first move, or is it he moves, attacks, and then moves again, which is what I feel like it might be. But let's see what we can find out. Okay, so he can move. So he is going to move here and attack us. He is attacking. So he's doing the bottom action. It says, Bellwright swings its massive sword, catching anyone unlucky enough to be within range. It does 3 damage. After attacking, the Bellwright moves 1 space closer to the nearest corpse. So we don't have to worry about him eating these corpses because we've covered up the he consumes a corpse card, but he is attacking us for 5 damage. Any health the Balewhite suffers is reduced by 1. Balewhite, sorry. So he's attacking us for 5. We've got 2 shields, so that's 3. Have we got a block over here? No, we can't block it with anything over here. So, because we have to use a red card. However, Roland's boost cards do not have to match. He's going to give us another block. So that's 2 damage, right? 1 and 2. Okay. That's pretty rough, I have to say. Okay, we're back in the bag, going again. Be nice for us to draw something out. Here we go. We have number 8. Oh no, hold on. Hold on a second. He moves to the nearest corpse, right? And then we're in serious trouble. We are in serious trouble. He moves back. He's doing the same thing again. So he moves back into our space and attacks us for 5. We use our 1 block, so we're down to 4. We are taking 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're down to 11. We're going to have to use our next fate token, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to risk it because we've just been drawing him out. Surely, balls. Surely we get a go. Despite the Barrow's sluggish movements, so he would have moved back out of our space. He now moves back in. He's attacking us for 4, so that becomes 6. And he does a hurt to us. Oh, God, we are taking 6 damage. I've got nothing I can do to stop this. Why was I so stupid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're down to 5 health. Right, we've got no choice. Here goes the fate token. This has been rough. What's the bet? We draw 4 of our tokens out now. 1, 2, 3... and 4. Okay, so we've got Core and we've got Roland. I would like to get out of here. So he doesn't move after this one. I mean, I could heal for 4 as a free action with Core. So if I was to do Core's turn, I'd have to take 1 damage. I really need to get out of this space, so I think we're going to have to go with Core. Core is going to take 1 damage for his hurt card, so we're down to 4. Then we're going to use our Sweet Balm to heal, and that allows us to heal 4, so we're back up to 8. Okay, that was a free action. We really need Roland to get going, but we're going to use our lantern, which is before attacking, move all adjacent enemies into your space. After attacking, gain shield per enemy targeted. It's not going to matter because this is our last action card, but we are going to do 2 damage, boosted by 1 boost by Roland. So you are down to 17. Okay, we're doing Core, right? So we can put all these back in here. So that's the lantern done. We are then going to take our 1 move. Oh, you know what? No, change your plans. We're going to give you 1 health back. So you're back up to 18. And instead of using this, we are going to use this boost to give us an extra movement to get us out of here. Okay, for now. Then we discard all of these because these can't be used. We gain 3 health. 1, 2, 3. 3 armor. Then we draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we get our lantern card back again. Nice. What have we got? Oh, good. 2 exhausted. We've got our ward finally. Oh, no. We've got 3 action cards, one being ward, which will help us when he moves, he takes damage. One being taunt, which gives us armor but doesn't do any damage, and our card. We've also got 2 exhausted. Okay, that's rough. Right. We're back in the bag. We need, well, it's not so bad right now, but we've got a heart. Okay, Roland is up for sure. Roland's up, but the problem is he's going to put himself in harm's way. But I think that's fine. He's going to move here. He's going to use his purity. So that's 3 damage, which we can boost it. So we'll do 1 boost over here. So that's 4 damage. And after attacking, you distribute 3 statuses of your choice. So we're doing 4 damage to you. I think we're going to be okay, but it's been pretty rough. And there's still a load of their tokens in there. So that's 4 damage and 3 statuses. Well, obviously, we're going to put 2 trapped down. So you can't move. And I guess it makes sense for a hurt, right? Or a stunned. These are all melee. So let's do you over there. Okay. Back in the bag we go. We're going to leave Roland where he is, although the focus moves over to Roland, right? Here we go again. We have Roland again. Perfect. That is exactly what we wanted. Okay, we are going to do shot to the knee. So we're going to attack for 2 and put 2 trapped on them. We're not letting you move again, mate. So 2 damage, you're down to 12. Because you suck. Right, okay. 2 more actions, 2 more action cards for Roland, so we don't have to redraw. We're in again. We have number 10. So number 10 is going to trigger. You have 1 trapped card on you and 1 hurt. So you take 3 damage from the hurt. You're down to 9. Okay, and then we take 1 more damage from the trapped that we're removing. So the reason this is 3 is obviously 2 for the hurt and then 1 for discarding it. And we remove 1 trapped. You're still trapped over there. Okay, we're back in again. Told you we're not letting him go again. We have a darkness, which is this bottom one. So you're still trapped, and you take 1 damage. So down to 7. Please don't go again. Right, we have Roland once again. Perfect. This is kind of what we wanted, right? If we can keep Roland going, he can keep doing damage. Okay, well, it makes sense to do a fireball over here. So we're going to do 3 damage. I can't boost it, but we're doing 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, down to 4. And we're putting a hurt on, let's do it. Let's see what we've spent here. So we've spent 7. We've spent 3. We've spent 10. We spent 12. We spent 8 and 9. And 1 darkness, which I keep forgetting to put in there. Okay, so it's pretty even. So let's put this up the top here, shall we? Okay, back in the bag we go. We have Roland. No, it's number 1. Okay, well, that's not too bad for us because you are going to take 2 damage. Roland is the MVP, right? He's also then going to take 1 damage for discarding hurt and 1 damage for discarding trapped. Trapped is the MVP, I have to say, along with Roland. We have done just about, I have to say, we got up to 8 health again, but Core was taking a bit of a beating and had these 2 cards. I think it goes to show that if, you know, the drawing of the chits obviously is the most important part of this game, but you know, you can get into a place where you just continually get hit, especially when they get 2 movement. You're not expecting it, and it's really rough. Also, not seeing that this was the melee attack on the white was a bit rough as well. Okay, if all whites are defeated and reduced to 0, go to 523. Let's do that.
finally prevail, and the last white falls. The bandit reappears from the shadows.
Thank you. I didn't think you would help me. I know I wouldn't have.
He laughs sadly and tells you that he traveled here to Oander, hoping to find some valuable items to sell in Dinlux.
Things to sell back in Dinlux. I wasn't expecting the whites.
You ask if he knows anything about the Almanac of Fires, and he thinks he might know where to look. You follow him to a far tower of the library, where you indeed find it. A hefty leather tome, sealed with a brass lock. Bloodied but triumphant, you set out on your journey back to Dinlux with the grateful bandit in tow.
Okay, take memory 5B. We've got that. That's overlay 5B. That's not what we wanted. Take memory 5B. There we go. There's memory 5B. As you save a wounded bandit from the packs of whites in the library of Oander, he accompanied you back to Dinlux, introduced himself as Hart. I ran a little shop for exclusive clientele. You might say it's the green door next to the horseshoe bridge. If you're ever in need of something, feel free to stop by. Just be sure to knock 3 times before entering so I don't accidentally put a crossbow bolt in you. Okay, so that would indicate to me that we can now open 5B when we're in the Hart shop when we're in the town in Dinlux, okay? And card D15, I think it said, right? Is that what it says? D15. Here is D15. You knock sharply on the door 3 times. Hart pokes you. We don't need that one. We just need to add it to Dinlux. I see what's happening here. Okay. Go to 524.
That night, as you rest in camp on your way back to the city, the sealed almanac seems to draw your eyes to it, pulling you in. The mystery is almost irresistible, and you can't help but wonder what's inside.
Okay, to attempt to pick the lock, go to 525, otherwise go to 526. Now, what I would say is we have Roland with us, right? And Roland is likely to want to have a little look. But what we'll do, we'll put Core in there as the good guy on our shoulder. We'll put Roland in the bag as, well, the slightly promiscuous one, and we'll delve in and we'll take a little look. What have we got? We have Core. We do not pick the lock. That's disappointing. 526. I'm so disappointed by that.
You make your way back to the Seekers Guild in Dinlux. The Hierophant somehow knows of your arrival and is already in the Guildmaster's office when you get there.
I assume you've succeeded in finding the almanac?
She asks. She seems nervous, but relaxes as soon as you produce the volume. You place it on the table and she reaches out to touch it, but then hesitates.
Okay, if you have memory 5C, we don't have that. We have 5B. Okay, go to 527. Otherwise, go to 529.
Selen picks up the almanac.
Hopefully this will contain the information we need. It's difficult to say how long it will take to translate.
She looks back up at you.
Guildmaster Lyra will make sure you receive your reward. And you have my thanks. I'll be in need of your services again soon.
Okay, so we get 4 coins to add to our coffers. We are so rich, it's insane. What else happens over here? We gain prompt Q6. Trail of Whispers. There's been an attack in the stumps. You've heard only murmurs of what happened, and now the Hierophant is looking for someone to investigate. She asks for you specifically. When you embark on this quest, open Q6. Okay, so there's that one. And we now have 4 city actions to go around. We also get to open a copper treasure pack. It'd be nice to open something slightly nicer than copper, but, you know, what can you do? Let's have a little look. So we have Capture Ruin. We'll just have a quick look at these cards. You draw a complicated pattern, capture a rune, complicated pattern in the air. Energy forms into shackles to bind your enemy in place. An extra block card and a trap. We do like those. We have charge. You rush towards your enemy, gathering speed before landing a forceful blow. Before attacking, you may move into the same space as your target. Okay, I'm guessing that means from anywhere. Nice. We have crush, which we've seen before. 1 damage +4 if you discard a shield or an armor. And a new ward, Shadow Charm. With quickly muttered charm, the shadows grow deeper around you, allowing you to follow others without being easily noticed. While this card's in play, each time an enemy leaves your space, you may give them a wound, a weak, and follow them. Free action. I mean, we like being distanced from them, right? But this with the Roland skills around this is quite nice, but I don't know if it helps us right now, to be honest with you. Okay, let's put those in our unused cards. Let's tuck that up here as well. And we're going to wrap up here. Next time we come back, we're going to do 4 city actions in Dinlux, and we've now got a new place to go, which is quite exciting. We'll pick up from there. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't get too much wrong. If you did enjoy it, go and check out the rest of the series. There's a new video every Saturday at 5:30. Equally, go and check out the Patreon. We record we do a campaign blog over there. So everything that happened today, we'll talk about. We'll talk about the enemies we faced. We'll talk about some of the skills and actions and that we learned, and where the story's going. I really do hope you're enjoying this. If you've got this game yourself, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know how it played for you and how it's going for me. Without giving too many spoilers, or any spoilers would be great. If you've been thinking about getting this and you're watching this to go down that road, obviously I highly recommend it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. And check out the rest of the socials. Leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video. Really does help the channel grow. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.